again, my name's Gabe Zolna. You know what I just finished watching? I just finished watching this movie called The Eagle, and it brings you back to the Roman days. And, you know, it's somewhat entertaining, but the thing that I was sort of wanting to more or less make you all aware of is towards the end, where you see the senators. You know, they're walking around, they're drinking, they got these fine linens on or these robes on, you know what I mean? And they're accomplishing nothing, but they're the elitists. They were the elitists back in Rome, the senators. You couldn't go any higher than being a senator unless you were Caesar. Yeah. And you know, our senators, they feel much the same way. There's 100 of these clowns, you know what I mean? There's 100 of them. And there's 535 in total in Congress. 100 of the senators. They're like the cream of the crop, these senators. You have to ask yourself a question. What have they done to protect us in the last 4 years? Or for that matter, ever. You know? They all walk the walk and they pretend to talk the talk, but they don't do both. You know? They do enough to get reelected. And then they do whatever they want to do, and we don't even know what they're doing. But what we found out is that they do nothing, just like back in the Roman days. You know, they walk around with their fine robes on, sipping wine, eating grapes. You know, they got all the women that they want to sleep with, because they're the senators. You know? And take a look at what they do now. They're the same way. Look at Senator Mendoza. You know, what's he doing? You know, he's flying off to other parts of the world to go sleep with 15-year-olds. And what happens to him? Nothing. Why? Because he's a senator. Yeah. You know, they're like way, way up there. And just like in the Roman days, they did nothing then, nothing's changed. They still do nothing now. It's pretty disgusting, I think. You know whose fault it is? Yours and mine. Because we elected those morons. Yeah, they lied to us, but so what? They couldn't have lied to us for 25 years like Lane Brain McCain. Look at Flake. Flake said, I lied, when he ran for Congress again. He said he lied. And what do? We make him a senator. The guy's a Mormon. He's a devout Mormon. You know? But you know what? It doesn't matter. Matt Salmon, you know, he's a congressman. His son, and Matt's a Mormon. Matt's son's, I've been told, homosexual. Well, you can't be a Mormon if you're homosexual. Hey, but you know what? It is what it is, right? So it's not a wonder that Matt's okay with it. I don't know. It's just this whole world's a complete nightmare. You know, when you go back 4.5, 5 years, we thought we had problems with Bush. Bush was like honey and cream compared to this nightmare. This guy is going to destroy America. He's going to bring the caliphate and he's going to bring Sharia law. That's what his objective is. And you know what? We're allowing him to do it. Well, we can't stop him if Congress won't intervene. Congress didn't care that he went ahead and attacked Libya without congressional approval. Congress doesn't care every time he walks over the Constitution. Congress doesn't care whenever he and his administration commit criminal acts against innocent people, like running weapons into Mexico or running weapons into Libya, launching a war against Gaddafi without congressional approval, launching a war into Syria by supplying and training Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is made up of who? The Taliban. They're made up of radical extremist Muslims. You want to know what weapons killed our ambassador? And Woods and Doherty and Smith? I'll guarantee it said made in America. Equipment that we gave the bad guys. How many of those do you think find their way to Afghanistan to kill our own military? How many of our own military come back crippled from IEDs that we supplied to the bad guys, that Obama considers to be the good guys? It's nuts.